everyone, this is Jamie with Simplicity by JME, and welcome to Tutorial Tuesday for November 29th, 2016. Today is going to be Lesson 3 in our Learn to Crochet series, and we will be going over half double crochet and double crochet. And I have a little project in mind for this. So I will first apologize because it has been a few weeks between my Tutorial Tuesdays. Simply because I have been sick and I'm getting a million things to do on my plate with the holidays and everything else coming up. So hopefully I can get this back on track. But today's project, what we're going to do with our tutorial, we will end up making this cotton face scrubby, okay? Now, there are similar ones out there. This is the pattern that I have come up with that I like, just because of the way it's made and the stitch pattern. It's a little extra bumpy in a few areas, okay? And I make these in sets of 7, and that's how I sell them. But like I said, this is what we're going to be making. The face scrubby itself measures out to be just over 3 1/4 inches, okay? A little hard to see there, but that would be it. These are all made with cotton yarn, so you can go to your local Walmart or craft store and buy peaches and cream, sugars and cream, any cotton yarn that you find that you like. But for the tutorial today, okay, I'm not going to be using the cotton yarn. We're going to be just using the standard acrylic because it will show up better. And if you notice, I have all of this strung out because I have been trying to teach myself how to knit. That's a later story. So, for practice purposes, we will be using the eye hook, okay, for the tutorial, but the pattern itself is made using a G hook, okay? So what we're going to be working on for the tutorial will not look the same size, and it's not. I apologize. So the way we're going to get started, we're going to go over what we learned for lesson 2, which was the chaining. So we're going to create a slip knot. The way I do it, I just grab, pinch, twist, and push through. Okay, like I said, there's a million ways to do a slip knot. You'll find your own way. Alright, so tighten up the yarn. We're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that's it for the review at this point. We're going to be learning half double crochet and double crochet, but the first stitches we're going to do is actually the double crochet. So what we're going to do for that, we're going to yarn over, put it through the last chain, so the 4th chain from the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through again. Okay, so now you've got 3 loops on your hook. So we're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over again, pull through the last 2 loops. There's your first double crochet. Alright, we're actually going to work a total of 11 into this chain because the first one really counts as your first double crochet, the remaining chain 3. Okay, there's going to be a total of 12 stitches in this first row. So yarn over, pull through 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now I've got a total of 3 stitches. Yarn over, pull through 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video right here. Go ahead and work until you have 11 true double crochets, and then, like I said, we count the chain 3 as the first actual double crochet. So I will come back in just a second when I get this finished. Alright guys, so now I've worked the 11 stitches in. Okay. And then, like I said, this is 12 right here. So we're going to count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're going to take and we're going to slip stitch into this first top chain on the chain 3 we did. Now sometimes it's a little difficult, they're contrary, it just depends on how cooperative everything wants to be. But what you'll do for the slip stitch, you'll just kind of yarn over, we'll pull through, and then just pull straight through the loop that you have right there, okay? Now something I did leave off for this back tail, if you can work it into the circle, that'll help you out in the end, because we can actually just give it a little bit of a tug and it will tighten up that center ring, okay? And it helps you don't have to weave this one in later. So, in order to move on, what we're going to do is we are going to chain 2, okay? Actually, no, chain 1. I apologize. I forgot where I was at on this one. The next row is half double, okay? That's what we're doing, a half double crochet stitch. So just like the double crochet, you yarn over, and we're going to put it in the stitch next to the one we slip stitched and joined into. And you're going to yarn over again and pull through. Okay, so you still have 3 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over, and instead of just pulling through the first 2 like we did with double crochet, we pull through all 3. Okay, that is a half double crochet stitch. Alright, so go ahead and work another one into the same stitch, yarn over, put your hook through, yarn over, pull through 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. There's 2. Okay, so what we just did is an increase. Alright, what we're now going to do is we're going to work 2 half double crochets into each stitch around. Alright, so again, yarn over, put your hook through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, all 3 loops. Yarn over, put through, yarn over, all 3 loops. Okay, that's the half double crochet. That is perfectly it. There's no other explanation for it. So, like I said, work 2 into each stitch around, and when you come to this chain 1, I'll meet you back up, okay? Okay guys, so I've worked my 2 double crochets into each stitch around except for on the last stitch here, so I thought I'd go ahead and show you that. Like I said, put 2 right next to where we slip stitched and joined. Okay, so now if you count them back, you should have 24 stitches. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 right here. Okay, so again, we're going to slip stitch to join, and this will be a little easier as it is actually at the top of a stitch. Yarn over, pull through, and pull through the remaining loop. Okay, so you've joined that circle. Now, the next row, again, we chain 1. And what we're going to do this time is single crochet, which we learned in lesson 2, okay? But the pattern for that, you're going to single crochet in the same one that you slip stitched into 1 time. The next stitch, we're going to do 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, we're going to do this all the way around, and when you get back to this stitch right here, before the chain 1, you should have a total of 36, and you'll end with a double, or end with 2 single crochets, okay? So work that around, and I'll meet you back up when I get to right here. Okay, guys? Alright, guys, so we're back to the very last stitch that we're going to be working in, okay? And again, it is 2 single crochets if you worked the pattern correctly. And then if you go back around and count, you'll have 36 stitches, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to slip stitch again in this first single crochet, and this one may be a little bit of a booger to get into, but that's okay. But that right there would be round number 3. So round number 4, and this is the last one, we're actually going to chain up 3 this time, okay? I know we haven't done that the rest of it, but that's how we're going to do this one. And that's going to count as our first single crochet, our first double crochet, because this row is all double crochet. Alright, so we're going to double crochet into this next stitch. That'll give us 1, 2, and then we're going to work 2 double crochets into this very next stitch. Okay, so it's pretty much the same pattern before. What we're doing is increasing by 1, but we're doing it every 3 stitches. Okay, so single double crochet into the next stitch, 1 into the next stitch, 2 into the next stitch. Okay, and that's actually how I end up counting, guys. I don't count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, like that, which is something I've heard people tell me why they don't want to learn to crochet. I'd count what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, that's how I keep the pattern straight. If I don't do that, I do tend to get lost, and that's just what I found works for me. You guys will find whatever works for you. If you want to count your number of stitches, you can. For this row around, you're going to end up with 48. Okay, so we started with 12, then 24, 36, so 48. It increments by 12 as we go up. Okay, that's how these increases work. So, for today's lesson, what did we learn? We learned half double crochet, we learned double crochet, and we've learned to increase, guys. I mean, there's 3 things right here. And I'll tell you right now, double crochet to me is the most versatile stitch there is, and it's my go-to. This is what I use for almost everything. So, you'll find yours, you'll find what you like. Everybody's different. But go ahead and work this motif, this pattern around. Single, double crochet, and then 2 double crochets into every 3 stitches, okay? And I will meet you back when we get over to here, okay? Alright guys, so we are to the last 3 stitches of the 4th round, and if we've worked our pattern correctly, the last 3 are going to be a double crochet into the next stitch, and then 2 double crochets into this stitch right here. So, if we've worked it around correctly, you will count a total of 48 double crochets, and what we'll do is we are going to slip stitch into the first stitch right here. Okay, that would be the chain 3, the top of the chain 3. And like I said at the start of this video, sometimes it can be a little contrary. Just work with it. A lot of it depends on the yarn, a lot of it depends on, with me it depends on how well my hands are working, just kind of depends. But slip stitch right there, and that's it. What we're going to do is, to finish it off, we're going to yarn back over, pull through where we slip stitched, pull tight, and just cut it off. Alright, pull that all the way through. So now that's nice and secure. And now it is time to deal with these tails. Alright, so as I said before, if we've worked this one correctly, we can either go ahead and cut it off right here, or we can take the yarn needle and work it back under these other stitches. Okay, and I'll do that for a few of them, probably not a lot of them, just because I did work this tail in. Sometimes it's difficult to get the needle to cooperate. It's okay, but you'll just kind of pull it, work it under those stitches there, and pull it through till it's nice and tight and snug, and go ahead and cut that one off. Okay, so, okay, not sure what happened. We had a little bit of a glitch there, but so we've cut off this end right here, and what we're going to do is, with this last tail, we're going to take it, put the needle back on it, we're going to flip it to the back, and we're going to work it down this stitch right here, and we're going to weave it in back through here. Okay, so at the bottom of your double crochets, run it through about 3 or 4 stitches. I think I've actually got 5 here, but that's okay. And if you notice, I do spin my work a lot. That's just me. But you'll take it, kind of work that back out. You don't want to flatten that too much, okay? And I'll work it back down another row. Okay. We're going to run it through the bottom of the single crochet stitches, as many as you feel that you're comfortable running them through. And it doesn't have to be exact. Okay, I'm only going to run it through 2 on this one, because what we're doing is we're working it back and forth, okay, just to secure the yarn. That's all we're doing. So we're going to run it back down through this half double crochet stitch right here. We're going to run it back behind a few of these. So we'll do 3 of these right here. And that's it. That tail is secure. It should not come out. If it does, it does. You know, it's one of those things. It happens. This is going to be a project that's used a lot if you like using face scrubbies to remove makeup or that sort of thing. But that's it. I mean, I know this is a different size hook, and honestly, if you wanted to, guess what? Use the I hook, you have a nice little coaster. If you use the G hook, it's honestly not that much bigger. If you notice, I mean, we have a little detail just around the edge, but that's it. This is acrylic yarn, this is cotton yarn. Cotton will be what you want to make the face scrubbies with. If it's just a coaster, go ahead and use the acrylic. But that's today's project, guys. So, I hope that you enjoyed it. Come back next week. I will have another tutorial for you. And until then, catch you next time, guys. Bye. In the description box below, you will find links to our Facebook page, our shop, and our blog, where you can find details and information about what we are currently up to. Check out our other videos to see what we currently have going on. Also, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to email us. The address is in the description box below. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.